Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sketch Squad TV and the Prince Magnum channel. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome once again to an episode of Surviving Romance. Today on the menu is none other than an order of fish and chips. Stick around, you are gonna love this. Hey, what's going on, everybody? You guys ready to eat? I know I'm ready to eat. As a matter of fact, I'm already making a giant mess. You can always tell when I'm working on something, I'm making a big mess. All right. Got my partner, Mr. SketchSquad, in the background. Yeah. Who's going to be handling all the operations cameras. And my lovely wife, who's going to be the taste tester of all of this. All right. You get you killed him. I can't concentrate. Thank you, John. Where would I be without a production team? I would be SOL. All righty. Thank you. Thank you. All righty. Feel free to drop into the chat and be sure to hit the like button and that, if you will, that support button with the bell icon next to it. All righty. First things first. Right now, we are waiting for a thing of oil, which you can see right there in your in the upper part of the screen in the corner. We have some vegetable oil coming up to temperature. We are shooting right now between the temperatures of about 335 to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We got some French fries, and we're going to go ahead and slice up some fish. We're doing fish and chips today. Princess Faye, she wasn't a fan until I made it for one time. Okay, I'll get you to toss that in the freezer for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, without a production team, the Prince Magnum channel would be SOL. Okay. First things first, let's go ahead and turn our attention to the batter. Right over here, which I'll bring into the camera shot, is already the powder part of, if you will, the dry portion of the ingredients. Now we're going to go ahead and use my whisk and kind of stir it up real quick. If you're all wondering what is in the batter, go ahead and talk about that real quick. 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, a couple of shakes of.
You said 2 cups of what? Baking powder?
All-purpose flour.
All-purpose flour.
Yeah, you don't want to go that big. That'd be really woo.
Right.
Yeah. And then of course 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, a couple of good shakes of Old Bay, and you're going to need about 16 to 20 ounces of milk, which we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more. Go ahead and take it up to 20 ounces. Depending on how your flour is, depending on the temperature, whatever, okay? Now, what we're going to go ahead and do right now, right off the top of our heads, is we're going to go ahead and add the milk right now. Now, normally some people will do, you could do water, and some people even do like a beer batter, okay? And that's fine, but here on the Prince Magnum channel, we can't do that. The funny thing about alcohol is it doesn't exactly, I know some people will say, oh, it all cooks out, it cooks out. No. Actually, you're more than welcome to read up on the USDA's whole thing on that. So because of this, we will not be using beer. We'll go ahead and use milk. Milk will be just fine. Just good old 2% or whole milk. Anything beyond that, and there, so you know, see it. And just as soon as it comes together, you can go ahead and stop whisking. That is completely it. That is all you are going to need. Okay. You don't have to do anything more than that. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and throw this into the refrigerator and let it hydrate. All right. It's about 15 minutes. Don't go any more than an hour. We're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Into the fridge again. All right.
15, 20?
Yeah. Right now, we are currently waiting for our cooking oil, which is just a vegetable oil, which we have right here. Now, we don't exactly have one of these, but if you have if you have one of those little wire mesh, kind of splatter guards, now definitely be a time to use it. It's going to be so much fun cleaning this later. Go ahead and put this, if you have a really good burner, put it on the beefiest burner you got. And what we have done here is the best you could probably see is you'll see kind of like a cord running right down here. That is my probe thermometer, which is just resting inside the oil. Don't let it go all the way to the bottom. I can't talk. And the reason why you don't let it go all the way to the bottom is because it'll give you a false reading. What we're shooting for right now is a nice temperature. Again, about 340 to 350 degrees. Okay. While we're also doing that, let's go ahead and take some time and let's prep our fish, but we are not going to dump that in first. That'll be last, and I'll explain that in a little bit. First things first, though, let's find me a vessel to hold that fish in. We've got slide in here real quick. Sorry. In the dang way again. Here we are. I'm always in the way, though. All righty. Why am I being so complicated? Oh, that'll work perfectly. Perfectly. Okay. Again, watch your probe thermometer. Don't let your oil temperature get above 400. Safety first, if you will. The reason why you don't want it to get above 400 is it can catch fire. Just be careful with that. Now, some of you might also be saying, Prince Magnum, why are you using like a cooking pot, which is a pretty heavy-duty one? Got an enamel pot here. Why are you using something like this and not like a Fry Daddy or something like that? Ironically enough, this will work just fine for those people who have spatially challenged kitchens, because where are you going to put all that stuff, So for those that live in apartments, this will be just fine. But if you got a Fry Daddy, go ahead and use it, okay? This is just what I prefer because I don't have a whole lot of room in an apartment. So, if you've seen The Office, that is a disaster with a bunch of car stuff and, camera equipment, computers, and everything else. So this is definitely, the kitchen's not going to be super big. So this is definitely the way to go here, okay? So definitely you're going to understand that this is like, don't worry, folks.
Most efficient way to do it.
Right. So
what we back is about efficiency. Got his DIY budget hot rodding.
Right on, right
Power
on.
tips.
Okay, and right over here again, it kind of wraps around the microwave, runs down. Use it however you want. Just understand, don't let it touch the bottom. You'll get a false reading. Okay. So I already see that we have one in chat. Hello. You're welcome to lurk, or you're welcome to chat with us. Hey, if it isn't it, my boy, Games and Gains. What are we up to? Fish and chips. You hungry? I love to cook. Cooking is one of my big time hobbies. I love to cook. You're going to love this, man. All right. Let's go ahead and prep our fish. Okay. What we've got here is tilapia. Tilapia. I know some fish snobs will turn their nose up at tilapia, and I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Tilapia is, it can be raised on an aquafarm. It can be raised on an aquafarm. So because it can be raised on an aquafarm, that basically means that it is a sustainable seafood. And the Prince Magnum channel is very, very big about sustainable seafoods. There you are. So,
what's up, Wayne Amber?
How you doing,
Amber? What's up, Games and Gains?
Okay.
The Sketch Squad.
We've got a lot of people already joining us. Awesome. Thank you all so much for being with us today.
Make sure everybody goes follow each other. We'll give everybody a hug.
I was going to say, show each other a lot of love. Okay, so again, we're going to go ahead and start prepping our tilapia. Oh, wow. Who we got here? Super RB. All right. Welcome aboard. Show each other all the love you possibly can.
Show each other love, man. Give everybody an extreme hug and pop on through and give them support. Okay, so from here, we're going to go ahead and start prepping. Where's my favorite knife? Right? So,
how much? I would say fill it up, depending on the size of your pot, about
2/3. 2/3.
Yeah, about that. Well, actually, what size bottles did I use? We'll look it up later. Do not fill it all the way to the top. That would be very dangerous. Please do not do that to yourself. It is dangerous. Oh, man. It is so awesome to see so many wonderful people in stream today. This is a chance for me to show all of you some great cooking. Again, cooking is one of my many hobbies that I do. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Mr. Sketch Scars himself has had a lot of food that I have cooked. And he was just talking about how we're going to have to start working out. So evidently he's telling me something.
Well, and as well, I've had myself, culinary art internship in other countries.
Right.
And experience, internship experience. And it's been a wild ride. Those countries, Puerto Rico to be one of them.
Right. And out here they got some wonderful cuisine in Puerto Rico.
Amazing. Like a lot of seafood, but there's a lot of American food too. At the same rate, they kind of mix them. And they don't really do the Mexican tradition. They do more Puerto Rican, like octopus, mofongo de reno, plantains.
Wow, we got a lot of wonderful people.
Definitely support each other.
Definitely support each other. Go on to other people. I know a lot of people are used to, whenever they see a Prince Magnum stream, they are so used to retro video games. But
this is a series that he does.
This is Surviving Romance. Here on Surviving Romance, what we do, it's a complete dedication to my wife. Okay, I love my wife, Princess Beirut. If I didn't love her, I wouldn't have married her to begin with. And the cool thing about this is that not only is this a dedication to her, but at the same time, it shows all of you husbands out there, whatever you are, however your relationship works, it shows you guys how to keep the romance alive and well in your marriage. And I will tell you right now, a husband that can cook, you can't go wrong with that. Okay. And again, I love to cook. I love to cook. It is one of my all-time favorites.
By the way, guys, we are streaming from smartphone connection. Yes. 4G LTE right now. Tune in your living room on your computer, smart device. We're sponsored by Origin and via Razer, Discord, and network. Impacting you guys. Sign up for Team Maverick below. And check out innovateindustries.website.com for all your Razer promo codes and link affiliates. Super deals on there since we got stuff because we gained 3 children in the hospital of Glennon, St. Louis, and Children's Hospital, St. Louis. So we're involved with that. I want to impact you guys to sign up for that as well and be part of the team, so that way we can continue to raise a lot of funds for kids that are just going through scary diseases and scary surgery. We raised $600,000 this year so far with the teams involved. So it's a super cool thing, and be invited to be involved. Check it out. Check out all the links, check out all the websites, and do all kinds of different things. Like I said, we're streaming from smartphone with anything Android, 4G LTE. You can ask us how to do it and all that stuff. All right.
Oh, someone's having them. Okay. Someone said fish tacos. That is forthcoming. We will be doing that. Oh. And Amber, you love to cook. You're going to enjoy this. Okay. We've got the recipe that we're gonna keep constantly posting, showing you guys how we're doing it here. All right. We are now getting close to about 300 degrees Fahrenheit, but we are shooting for, ironically enough, between 340 and 350. Okay. We don't want it to get too much more than that because, too high of a temperature, cook too fast, and the inside won't be done, that sort of thing. And too low, the food will get greasy. Now, please also note, right over here, we got a couple of cooling racks. Okay. And basically, I've kind of elevated them to let the food drain, let the oil that will hang onto the food to drain away. This is important because if you just lay it on like paper towels and things like that, it'll hold the food, it'll hold the oil against the food, hence greasy food. So we don't want that. We want nice and crisp, and we want that flavor and texture. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to shoot for. And y'all will see it. This will be really cool. And my boy Games and Gains, he was actually just talking a moment ago. He loves to cook, but need a cookbook. The Surviving Romance has tons of recipes, easy to follow, from a big, from a big budget all the way down to a very minimal budget. And one of these days, I'm actually gonna show you guys some really awesome recipes that you could do even with simple stuff like ramen noodles. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with ramen noodles. It's just the bad thing about them is that things like if you will, um, they're cooked in like a palm kernel oil, and that stuff is high in saturated fat. Not good if you have heart problems. So that's why we only enjoy them every now and again here on the channel. Here at HQ, because it's the simple fact that it's so dangerous. Uh, if you will, I actually pull occasionally like recipes from another cooking show, and I will alter them to kind of fit our needs, if you will. That's the best way I can describe it. Because to me, I mean, if you're gonna do it, make it your own, okay? And that's exactly what we do here on the channel. Surviving Romance is not just cooking. We do a lot of other stuff. Um, uh, there's a couple of videos on how to shop for roses and how to preserve them. There's another video showing how to tie a tie. So when you take your sweetheart out and that sort of thing. Of course, obviously, there's the singing on stage, serenading your other half. There's even one just doing simple things like opening the car door for your other half. Big production stuff. Remember, the more time you actually put into your marriage like that, the longer it's going to last. And obviously, if you weren't willing to put a ring on their finger, uh, you know, then and on yourself for that matter, uh, you know, if you're not willing to, to make it work, why'd you do it? Sort of thing. So, of course, then, because some of the stuff we do here on the channel, there is an ongoing joke. There's an inside gag. I'm going to share with y'all now. The inside gag is that, uh, surviving romance doing its part to cause domestic violence everywhere because a lot of wives get really angry when their husbands don't do the stuff that they're seeing on the channel. And some wives will actually go so far as smack a husband around. Um, so there you have that gag. Okay. So it's a joke, which sometimes it's not the biggest joke. I've seen women get pretty. Ooh, I've seen one woman punch her husband whenever I opened the car door for Princess Faye. It was horrible. Because he didn't do it for her. She's just like, and then the next thing you know, and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Dang, man! All right." So now we're up to 333 degrees. Um, so I'm going to kind of back off on the temperature just a little bit and let it coast in that area where we want it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the fries, step off camera for just a moment, and grab some of them fries. Now, you can, here we go. We're good. Okay, we went ahead and just got the store-bought stuff. You don't have to do that. You can cut your own. But I'll be honest with you, that's a pain in the neck, okay? And I'm a good cook with I can handle a knife like nobody's business. But to be honest with you, if I don't have to, I'm not going to. Also, please note that, let's see. Exactly. Um, but you'll see where this all goes. All right. Now, please note that I am doing the French fries first. Okay, and there's a specific reason for that. The French fries are going in first because if you do the if you do the fish first, the French fries will taste like fish. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the fries first. Being potatoes, that they're neutral in flavor. So because of that, if you will, that's where we're going to start. So we're going to hack this sucker open. Use whatever knife you like. I'm always carrying one. Okay? So we're going to start with the French fries first. And it's going to take about 3 minutes. Okay? 3 minutes. 3:30, depending on depending on a few things, but by and large, I would say between 3 and 3.5 minutes. Okay. Now, overcrowding is a bad thing, so we're going to start off lightly, and be careful when you drop those in, because that's going to be ridiculously hot. All right. So we're going to grab out our strainer. We're going to grab out a spider of sorts. It's not the prettiest, but it does work. Okay, that's our spider. I'm just going to eyeball it from a timer up here on my my microwave. Again, watching the oil temperature, I've noticed that with a little bit of care, that the oil temperature has dropped. But you'll start to notice right away that it starts to rebound. So watch your oil temperature. We want it. It did finally drop. That's our warning, letting us know that it dropped below a certain temperature. So now I'm going to raise the temperature just a little bit. We're going to turn that alarm off because I really don't like it. So we're going to raise the temperature back up and help it compensate. So hence 3.5 minutes. Okay? But do not panic. Do not panic. All right? See how it's actually dropped off a little bit again? Now, with a gas stove, it will compensate a lot better than an electric. But we have an electric, so don't panic. Yeah. And this is no different than you would actually see in, say, like a restaurant. Okay. Because if it goes below a certain temperature, those big fry vats will actually set off an alarm saying you got a low temp. So what
it is, he's deep frying French fries in his kitchen.
Okay.
You see where he's going with this?
Just like you would get in a fast food restaurant. So even if you don't like fish, don't worry. It's perfectly okay because you can set these right next to the hamburger. It's made right in your own home. And it's a lot better than, you'll see where this is going. No drive-through needed here. Okay. Our temperature is slowly beginning to rebound. Slowly. But again, and you'll note right away, you can actually see how they're crisping up. Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful?
Perfect.
Yeah. See, right? So we're going to give this about another minute, and then we're going to go ahead and drain off, get them on our cooling rack, which we have right there. Fantastic.
Sweet. You need any parchment or anything?
Nope. Okay. This will drain away. You can put parchment under there, but just make sure that your cooling rack has those little bitty bumps, just like that. And ta-da. Yeah. The oil will drain away just fine, just like you would see in a fast food chain. There we go. I just lay them out right like that, just like that. Sweet. Nothing special, nothing fancy. Boom. It's okay if they fall down in there a little bit. And what you're going to do while these are still hot, because do not worry, these are going to still continue to cook for a good, I would say, a couple of minutes after this, just like that. Okay, good couple of minutes after this. And what you want to do is go ahead. We're just going to toss that up there. Toss that up there. Right like that. Boom. Just like that. Now is definitely the time to go ahead and grab. Let's go ahead and do sea salt. Let's do sea salt today. All right. You're going to grab a little bit of salt. Okay. And if you're one that, sea salt is the way to go, go ahead. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Bam. Why do you do that now? Because the oil is, the fries are still hot and receptive to the salt hitting them, and it'll help adhere to the fries. If you wait till they cool off a little bit, it just bounces right off, and you didn't do anything. Thank you. Again, the Prince Magnum channel, without its production team, would be in a big mess. Okay. again, mom makes homemade fries. So again, watch that oil temperature, and if you're a little below where you need to be, don't panic. Do not panic. Just let it come back up to the temperature.
What's up, Funny Games?
Funny Games.
Everybody go give Funny Games a sub. Go sub to Funny Games. He does awesome Fortnite. Like, yes. He's insane at the game, dude.
Okay.
And you guys better thank me because I brought you this guy right here. I introduced this guy to you all gaming community. Like, dude, you gotta do this. Go into the channels and they'll like you.
All right.
And we're doing it, man. Like, I'll do it too. I'll lurk though. Okay. What's up, Funny Games?
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn that alarm off. Just let us know that the temperature dropped a little bit below that point. So again, we're right back to, watching our oil temperature. Again, we don't want it to get too high. We don't want it to get too low. And we're gonna go about 3.5 minutes per batch. Okay. Again, don't overcrowd. You will drop that temperature down. Now, in the restaurant community, they've got these big fry vats with these huge coils, and they heat up very fast, okay? You can get oil 5 times this amount to come up to 365 degrees in like 20 minutes, okay? That's ridiculously fast. And it took us about 20 minutes to get this much here at home to this amount, okay? So, again, you see where we're going with this. It's fantastic. Again, I love to cook. This is one of my favorite things. By the way, love the apron. Princess Faye actually made this for me. It says, it's not a mess, it's a recipe. My wife made this for me. Isn't that awesome? I got a great wife. She even lets me cook for her, even if I make a big mess sometimes. Awesome. Again,
you are a character, sir.
We have wonderful people in stream. Thank you all
so much. Everybody?
Thank you all so much for being here with us as we make some wonderful food. Again, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a little while now. I've actually been planning a fish and chips episode for close to, I would say, about 7-8 months now. Again, now that we're getting close to them being done, you could actually tell by the way the fries are floating to the top. Now, again, we want a crisp exterior, light and fluffy on the interior.
Oh, man, we have previous videos of you cooking earlier
than that. Right?
Yeah. Yes. 7 or 8 months?
Well, no, this particular episode.
Oh, yeah, for fish and chips?
Yeah.
Don't you have another fish and chips video on?
We have pan-fried fish fillet. We've got poached fish. We have poached fish. I love poached fish.
There's all kinds of recipes and like streams that he's cooking.
Remember the poached egg salad?
Yeah.
That was good, wasn't it?
Salad, yeah.
Right? So again, surviving romance, there's a lot of cooking on here. And one of the things that I have learned with some care is that wives do like it when the husband cooks. As a matter of fact, I sometimes even, there's an ongoing joke here in our community that Prince Magnum is kind of the unofficial most romantic husband in the county. So,
besides me.
Not married.
Oh yeah, I'm not married. This is the surviving romance for relationships. I'm sorry.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Okay, now, and there we go. We're back up above 340. We're gonna go ahead and wait just a moment more. Okay, there we go. Okay. Be very careful when you go to put your fries in. Okay.
Or I don't know.
All righty. We're going to go a little bit more because the fries are starting to get a little bit smaller. There we go. All right. Now, also, please note, one of the first things that I'm doing right away, just like you would see in a restaurant. There it is. My temperature did drop down. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the temperature just a little bit more. One of the first things you guys might notice that I'm doing is I'm kind of moving the fries around. Again, just like in a restaurant, the reason why we're moving the fries around is because they'll have a tendency to kind of clump up together, and that's not good, okay? Because then you'll have some that are underdone and some that are overdone. Okay, for those who are just joining us, again, we're making fish and chips today. One of my favorites. And it's one of Princess Feyru's favorites, my lovely wife. Again, this is a lot of fun to do. A lot of people don't deep fry, which is kind of a shame because they'll go to a fast food joint, but they won't deep fry at home. Do it yourself. It's a lot more fun to me to make it at home because a lot of times it's cheaper and you're in control of the ingredients. So if there's always that chance that, again, DIY stuff that we do here on the channel. Back. All right, we are still cooking. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, and we're getting very close to the end of this batch right here. Again, when the fries start, they start steaming, the bubbles that you see, that's actual steam coming out. Now, some people complain that deep frying is they're always worried about greasy food. Well, the problem is that it's not the method that makes it's doing the method wrong. Okay, if we were just to sit here and wait till there was no more bubbles coming out, the oil invades, greasy food. Okay, not using some sort of a drain rig of sorts will cause greasy food. So that's why we're doing what we're doing right now. All righty. Let's see, what do we got? See, I always like the ones that are kind of really long and crunchy. Those are my favorites. I don't know why. Just like that. My lovely wife is actually just a few feet away from us. I'm almost expecting her to reach over at any moment now and start snagging fries. She's notorious for that. Don't worry, she will. She hasn't done it yet. Here, we're going to set this over here. Thank you, honey, for bringing me a lovely beverage. There we go. Just fish all these out of there. We do not want to leave any in there. There we go. Boom. There we go. All righty. We're going to set that right there. And again, right back to the sea salt. Kind of a seafood thing, There we go. A couple of grinds onto that batch. And let's see. We're going to go ahead and wait for the temperature to come back up to where I want it. Again, I'm watching this very closely. This is temperature management. It's super, super important to remember that. Okay? Too hot, you could catch the kitchen on fire. Greasy food, okay? Yes. That's very important to remember. We're a couple of degrees away. And please note, I am not wandering that far while doing this. My wife did not steal fries. Oh. Again, thank you everyone who has joined the stream. Much appreciated. A lot of the people that are in stream right now, very familiar with, just wonderful, wonderful people that I have met in the gaming community. Can't say enough good about them. Just wonderful, warm personalities. I enjoy them a great deal, listening to their streams and getting to know them. They're wonderful people. Oh, back up the temperature. Sweet. Get in there. Got myself. Woo! Get in there. Princess Faye is debating on getting. Just reach over here. Okay. Real quick, how are they? Right. You can do the. Oh, there it was. That let me know my temperature dropped below where I want it. So we're going to go ahead and silence that alarm. We're going to watch it close. Okay. Again, be sure that you're watching your temperature. That's why I set up the alarm. I set it up where at 3:35 it goes off, letting me know that it's dropping below the optimal temperature, and I got to kind of watch, watch what I'm doing. On top of that, I have it set where it can't. If it goes above 350, the alarm goes off again, letting me know that it's getting too hot. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh. Again, wonderful people in the streaming community that have come on board with the Prince Magnum channel and Sketch Squad TV to get a great, to kind of see what surviving romance is about tonight. I mean, again, this is some of the things that we have done almost 4 years now. We have right now the most popular of all the surviving romances, I would have to say, is probably the homemade hot chocolate mix. That one is very popular for reasons unknown. Yes. Wow, fantastic. All right, again, we're getting close. Also, keep in mind as the fries begin to thaw, one of the other things that you will notice is that it won't take quite as long to cook, and your temperature won't drop as low. Wow, I am not happy with that. We want them to get, you can also see right over here, golden brown and delicious, as we like to say in the restaurant industry. Isn't that wonderful? There we go. That's what we're looking for, that nice golden color. Nice and crisp on the outside, light and fluffy on the inside, with just a hint of salt. In this case, sea salt, to help enhance the seafood flavor. Because I will tell you all right now, any sort of potato dish without salt, and the potatoes taste dead. They're like very sad, very sad. So, and here on the Prince Magnum channel, the usual salt of choice is kosher salt. But we do use sea salt and other mineral salts, but we do not use regular table salt. Because I have it's not severe yet, but because of my PTSD, I do have a heart condition. So iodine messes with that, and there is a lot of iodine in regular table salt. So because of that, we don't use table salt. All right. So where were we? Okay, yes. Back to salting our French fries. And some of them there French fry taters on them. All right. You were fighting back that laugh like I cannot believe you just did that. Yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that here in a little bit. That's right, retro games. Also, while we're on the subject of your oil, while we're waiting for everything to kind of come back up to temperature, don't get your salt in the. Here we go. Yeah, Princess Bay is already snagging fries. What did I tell you?
The grease don't taste old
like good.
Fast food restaurant.
Right, Todd? I'll tell you guys.
Fresh.
Even though it's already cooled off a little bit and everything. Now, dude, again, be careful. This oil is hot.
It's hot, man.
Here we go. Woo! Ah! I should probably do this with my left hand so I don't feel it as much. There we go. We'll put the last of it in. If you've got little ones running around, do yourself a favor. Do this on a back burner, okay? Like back here where this would be, do that back there. There again.
Use the vent.
Use the vent. Yeah, keep everything back away. I actually have a cousin that when she was little, one of my relatives was doing something very similar to this, had the handle sticking off. She reached up, grabbed hold, and pulled that handle down, burned her whole body. And she's actually about 10, 12 years younger than me. And for the longest time, we didn't think she was ever going to be able to have little ones because of that accident.
Sign up for Team Maverick for kids at Cardinals Home in St. Louis.
That's right.
Game for kids as well. I think Humble Bundle's going away. I haven't confirmed that yet, but we have the Team Maverick still. And our basic and relative teams have raised over $600,000 already this year, the fifth month of 2019. So you just sign for something American.org, guys. It's a good thing to have. Just presenting it when you're going, you're gaming, you're doing something that's unselfish, while you're, sitting there playing video games. Which, I really don't care about that. But, man, because I play video games, but it's just, a good thing to have when you present all that stuff. Presenting yourself. I don't know, presentation is everything. Like I said, there's kids going through some scary diseases and surgeries that their parents can't afford. And it's always nice to have that networking web for people that possibly obtain those resources.
All right, and the last of the fries are coming out. Man, that did not take long. Look at that, man. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful?
Cooking for kids.
That's right. See, one of the things that here on the Prince Magnum channel that we are also big about is those little ones that are facing all those scary diseases that we've been talking about. We game for them, yes. Every time we crack open a video game, we're doing it for them, try to raise money for them. But when the day comes, they're able to get out of the bed. I know for all of us, we want those little ones to be able to go out, enjoy life, grab life by the horns, That's what the DIY stuff, just like here on Surviving Romance.
Applicational stuff,
It'll be ready and waiting for them the moment they're able to get out of that bed. So that's why we continue to do this stuff. That, and again, I love my wife. This is a dedication to her, and reminding husbands that it's okay to be romantic. It's okay to put on an apron, go into the kitchen, make fish and chips. Isn't that awesome? There we go. That is the last of the French fries. So we're going to go ahead and...
Chef Maverick barbecue style.
Actually, we're going to have to do grilled tuna steaks again. All right? All right. Oh, that's really good. What? Fantastic. All right, there's the alarm letting me know that we're getting close. Now, we have our tilapia, which I have just, which I've split like that. Okay? Now, unfortunately, I wish that things were so easy that I could tell you just throw them in the batter and throw them in here. But the batter is wet, and so is meat. It's just the nature of the beast, if you will. No pun intended. So what we have to put something dry that will kind of soak up the moisture of the fish. So what do? Cornstarch or all-purpose flour. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use cornstarch. It's kind of my favorite in this case, but use whatever you like. If you like some people might like the taste of the light flour coating. Some people may not. So may prefer the cornstarch. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to throw this in some cornstarch, kind of roll it around. Now, once you do that, you're going to shake it off. Temperature's getting a little high.
Clear.
Thank you. Temperature's getting a little high. Don't panic. Okay, you're just going to throw it down right like that. Okay, again, try to get as much of the excess off as you possibly can. Okay?
And Amber says that it would be nice if I got or made an apron and wrote on
it. Love it. Oh my goodness. There we go. And again, you'll note the reason why I'm wearing the apron, especially today, is simply because this is a messy dish and making it. All right, so we don't want this temperature to get any higher. All right, please note, don't just drop these in. Kind of shake a little bit of the batter off, okay? Just like that. And gently release. Boom. Gently. Don't get crazy with it, okay? Just real gentle. Just like that. Gently. And don't worry about all the batter getting on the ends of your fingers, because if it splashes up, you've got your very own protective glove. Just like that. See? I can almost deep fry myself. All right, and since the second's nearby, I'm going to. All righty. Go ahead. All right. Now, we still have our plastic spider here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, kind of move this, and we're going to kind of rotate them over just a little bit as they float to the surface. Okay? Just kind of turn them over where they are. Let them go where they want to go. Okay? It's like, come on, you uncooperative son of a gun. Just like that. Try not to, don't dump a whole bunch in there at once. Again, when they start turning a golden color, they're getting close to being done. Don't make these too big because they won't cook all the way through. So thaw them out in your refrigerator until they're nice and, ready to go. So let's go ahead and slide our next training rig of sorts a little bit closer. And again, you'll note by the fish, because the sizzling, if you will get lighter, almost like a light ping. Got it? I like that. All righty. Get that out of my way. There it is, letting me know. And notice that we've been watching our oil temperature very closely. And again, you can kind of, as the sizzling starts slowing down a little bit, to a point where
I'm looking dude on Mortal Kombat, dude.
There we go. All right. Again, this is one really easy to do. Again, if you were looking for a specific time, about 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes for fish sticks this size, if you will, homemade fish sticks. Again, good stuff. Batter's right over here on standby. And note, no real lumps to work with in my batter. Okay. They can pretty well see that right off in the corner, so we don't have to worry a whole lot about that.
You can also see
Yeah. My stepmom got that for me. There we go. Wow, look at that. Don't let anybody fool you. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Here we go. There's the first one. Now, because there's already salt, a little bit of salt in the batter, we do not have to salt these. We used kosher salt. Again, completely up to you. Okay? Golden brown and delicious. My personal favorite. Well, we're just trying to get them to drain. Like that. All right, we're going to let the temperature come back up. I'm going to go ahead, get these in the cornstarch. Boom, boom. Again, shake this off.
Look at this dude. Oh, bro.
There we go. I know Princess May will be in here very soon. She'll be in here very soon to get her. She'll be after the fish. Trust me. She'll be after the fish next. She's already been after the dang. She's already been after the French fries. Yeah, they're over there out of the way, so don't. That's why I made a bunch. All righty. And see how these turned out? Doesn't that look good? Damn. Get a good look at those. There we go. Isn't that wonderful? All right, I'm going to go ahead and start coating these up real quick. Just like that. Again. Waiting. 340. That's what I was waiting for. I'm gonna wait till it gets to about 345. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the temperature up just a little bit. Now, as the temperature of the food goes up, that's when you get your sizzling like that. Isn't that awesome? It's very simple, very easy to do. Now, I know some of you will tell me that, Prince Magnum, this is not exactly heart healthy here. And to a degree, you're kind of right. But the thing of it is that if you do it right, it's not that bad, okay? And if you're going to throw lard in there, well, that's not exactly healthy, especially the stuff that you get in the grocery store. And it's more of a good for pie crust. That's about it in this case. All righty, I'm going to step off here. I won't take a second. All right. You do what you do. And let you do what you do. I'll shut up on that. Muted. Right. That's all good. It's all good. You don't need to shut up. Yeah. All righty. There we go.
We're just switching scenes here left and right.
All right. Again. Did do something I wasn't quite expecting.
I mean, come on.
This is what.
Okay. He's doing toasty Mortal Kombat combinations with all this cooking, like.
All righty. Let me also tell you now, if these try to stick to the bottom, do not panic. Just reach down with your spider, kind of knock them loose from the bottom. I mean, that will happen from time to time. You'll get something like that, so don't panic. Okay. They're like, oh, they didn't float it. They got stuck. Just go ahead. What do we got? What do we got? You'll eat it and just don't work out. Just eat a little and work out. Yeah. Well, you know. What has helped me kind of maintain at least a decent amount of, not eating food like this. I just go out and work on a car. Honestly. I'm burning here. But that's all right. Good thing we turned on the air. All right, folks, be sure to check out SketchSquadTV, the pioneer of 4G LTE mobile live streaming. Does video gaming for kids and shows you how to kick the internet bill out the door. All right, be sure to check out the Antitrust Incorporated web store for your links for Razer gaming gear, Origin PC, NVIDIA game cards. I am telling you, we don't just trust anybody to do any promotional stuff for us. You let me tell you that right now. All right, we're getting close to, if you will, right now. We're getting close to I'm kind of flipping them back and forth, looking for a particular color. And please also note, as we have continued to cook, one of the things you're going to notice that the oil turns dark. Now, this is not industrial grade stuff. The industrial grade stuff that you'll find in restaurants, that's practically bulletproof. Okay. For those who are just joining the stream, real quick, we are doing fish and chips on Surviving Romance. This is one of these things. Showing you husbands how to cook for your other halves. And this is something very simple, very easy to do. Anybody can do this stuff. And I have yet to see a wife that doesn't enjoy her husband cooking, unless he makes a big, giant mess in the kitchen. Then you might get a little fussy about that. I can't blame her. I hate cleaning the kitchen. Love cooking. All righty. Again, back to a golden brown and delicious. We're pretty well there, I believe. Yep. About 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes for these. Isn't that amazing? Looks good, doesn't it? Now, Also, remember the batter is not only there for, to kind of protect the food from burning and for oils invading, but it's also there for flavor and texture. Can't beat it, okay? Can't beat it. There we go. Let that drain off real good. We have enough here. We got a couple more yet. Again, I love to cook. This is one of my many hobbies that I enjoy. As a matter of fact, I still got to do the edited video showing all of you how to make strawberry bread pudding. That was good stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was really
It took a while to make it all, but it was well worth it. Well worth it. Had a lot of fun making it. Took us a minute though. It was worth it though. I would do it again in a heartbeat. We're gonna have to do that again. It's definitely a great time. All right. Check all the excess off, and we're pretty well. I don't believe we're going to have to worry too much about the temperature dropping dramatically. I think we're kind of at that point now where just this little bit shouldn't make that big of a difference. No, it's not. It's not gonna. Okay, just like that. And again, the batter is there to protect the fingers. That's why I don't worry about getting the batter on it and the oil splashing up on my hand. If I was really that worried about it, I'd use my left hand because I don't have much feeling in that hand. All righty. Again, as the temperature inside the food goes up, if you will, the oil also kind of, think of it as a cooking pan that wraps all the way around the food, if you will. And as the temperature, and as the oil is kind of around the food, the temperature goes up, you get the bubbles and the steams, and that's where it's doing this little number right here. And that lets, and as the steam pushes out, it keeps the oil from pushing in. Isn't that awesome? There we go. Isn't that amazing? Ah, fantastic. There we go. We even got enough batter. We could have done onion rings too today if we wanted, but I don't feel like doing any onion rings. All right. Isn't this wonderful? You guys have got to come along with us again and another sort of surviving romance. But we're not quite done yet. Plate up and try a little bit of eating up. Come on, folks. This is what it's all about. So let's go ahead and grab a plate. Gonna go ahead. Want to hand me the? Okay, here I'll just reach over here. Good. Hey, honey.
face tester. Oh, she don't want us yelling at her. What do we do? Just keep doing it. The same damn thing.
There we go. Plate up. Eat up. Okay. Oh dear, honey. That's so funny. I can't go far. She knows that I'm cooking. Okay. There we go. We're coming down to the wire. You're on your way, huh? That is awesome. Funny, he's like, I'm on my way.
You coming over, Dad? Come on over.
We got plenty. We got plenty.
Come on over, Funny Games.
It might.
I have one, you can have mine.
All right. You ready for this? Are you ready?
I'm born ready, dude. For fish and chips, at least.
Right.
Sure.
Again, laid up and eat up. Now, if you want to be traditional like they would in England, well, there's a way to do that. Just lay a little bit of parchment paper down on it. As a matter of fact, they used to do newspaper. I know there's a particular streamer who's out of England that I'm good friends with, Isolationist Network. And he would probably be able to tell us a little bit more about that. But check him out. It does some really funny stuff in stream. It's very fantastic, John. But he's out of the UK, and he would probably be able to tell us a little bit better. But they found out that the whole newspaper thing wasn't exactly good. So they switched over to parchment. So if you want to be traditional like they are in, say, jolly old England, you might go ahead and lay it out on parchment. Pretty cool. All right. Yes, we will definitely be streaming some games later.
It's hella good.
All right, we're going to go ahead and turn this off where it's at.
Toasty!
And go ahead and gently remove our probe. Again, you'll see how I had it strung up here, kind of around the microwave. It's kind of lightly hanging in there. Again, if it touches the bottom, you'll get a horrible, horrible false reading. Okay? Just like that. And these things are wonderful. Thanks to my father-in-law who got this for us. And I use the crap out of it a lot. All right. So there you have it. Fish and chips. Okay. Deep fried. And you can see that it's not that greasy. All right. Oh, yeah. Still a nice, good crunch. Light and fluffy on the inside. That's what it's all about, folks. Again, all right. If you enjoyed this, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe on both channels, Sketch Squad TV and the Prince Magnum channel, all right? Be sure to do that both. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll be notified every time we go live and we upload a video, all right? Also, be sure to check out the affiliate links below, and maybe you yourself might be interested to kind of join up with us. Great way to make a little extra money, if you will. All right, and we're always more than willing to take on new people to hang with us in the AW industries. All right, and along with all of that, be sure to check out our Extra Life team, Team Maverick, and be sure if you're interested in becoming a member, sign up with us. Okay, we're gaming for children. Okay. Yep. Just like signing up for an email. Thank you. I was thinking that, but you had to put the words there for me. Okay. And again, for all of you out there, okay, we will be back a little bit later to do some video game stuff. This is just something a little extra for you and your other half. Because let me tell you all right now, there's nothing like having a player or two in your life, if you know what I'm saying. All right. For all of you out there, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. Creative mind, make horrible bedfellows. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, we do here at Prince Magnum HQ. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.